Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We are going to talk about the BRICS nations today and nations moving away from the U.S. dollar. Okay, so BRICS nations. Man, it's a little chilly out here. Yesterday it was snowing, but ironically it's more cold right now. Okay, BRICS nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And for years, these countries have been trying to move away from the U.S. dollar and the stranglehold that we have on them. China and Brazil just inked an agreement. They're going to start trading now in their own currencies, okay, outside of the U.S. dollar. China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia have just signed an agreement. They're going to now be able to buy oil from Saudi Arabia using the Russian ruble and the Chinese yuan, thereby excluding the U.S. dollar. Okay, so this is really going into the petrodollar system. If you guys are unfamiliar with what the petrodollar is, I did a quick 5-minute explanation of the petrodollar. You can click on that link and you can get the skinny on that right there. Okay, so why do we care about this? Now, if other current countries are not going to use the U.S. dollar to buy... Wow, that was a piece of ice that just fell off the road. If other countries are not going to use the U.S. dollar to purchase oil, that's not very good for the U.S. because now they're no longer going to be buying U.S. treasuries and U.S. bonds in order to buy that oil. What are you going to do as a rich Chinese or Russian businessman that has a whole bunch of U.S. dollars and you're unable to spend those in your own country? If I were them, I would bring them back here to the U.S. and start buying apartments with it. Get some kind of cash flow from those before you're not able to spend them anymore, right? Okay, Brent Johnson, author of the Dollar Milkshake Theory, talks about this whole euro-dollar system and that other countries are generally moving away from the U.S. dollar, just like we're starting to see. And actually, CNN and Fox News reported this on their regular media, so this is good. Now, average people are starting to figure this out. They don't have to watch channels like this. But he talks about this, and he says basically that this is not going to happen overnight. More ice. This is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time. You know, there's a lot of... what's the word, kind of in the Twitter space, this seems like it's going to happen over a long weekend. And his argument is, no, this is probably going to take decades. And I'll put a link up here, too, for Brett Johnson's interview. And he explains in about 5 or 6 minutes exactly what he's thinking and his core investments for this next economic cycle. And, you know, I think it's going to take a little while, too. I was watching an interview by Lance Roberts, and he said it to the effect of, okay, let's put it this way. He said, when you're ready to liquidate everything you own and go put your U.S. dollars in the form of Chinese yuan and go retire in China, then we got a problem here in the U.S. Or on the flip side, if you're ready to liquidate everything you own, go retire in Russia and buy property in Russia and exchange all your U.S. dollars for Russian ruble, then we got a problem. So for me, that answer is a hard no. I would not do that. But in 10 or 20 years, who knows? But anyways, hope you guys got something out of this. Hit the like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time.